non sequitur, but anybody see Birdman? You know, that 2014 Best Picture winner. If you don't know, it's been filmed as if it's in one uninterrupted camera shot. Almost impossible to do, but they did it, and it lasted for 2 hours. Now, I'm no cinematographer, but I'm going to do my best to imitate some of the same camera tricks to hide film cuts. Now, the easiest thing to do is to have that camera on a tripod and just walk out of the frame. But that's too easy, and Birdman isn't shot on a tripod. In fact, they hide cuts with motion blur. But that's kind of obvious, and you can tell I have a new shirt. But I did that to demonstrate. If you maintain continuity of the background, you wouldn't notice as much. And I'm going to do this with no effects or transitions, just careful cuts. And motion blur. How many can you spot? And stick around, because at the end I'm going to do a little editing breakdown. I mean, through the simple, oops, I tripped, you just temporarily obscure the lens with darkness and cut. But that's a little overt and kind of tacky. Or I could reach towards the lens and cover it as if there's something I don't want you to see, but I feel that's too much like a video game, you know, where the water gets splashed on the lens. Going outside, that can also be tricky. So you've got natural light to deal with, and it's unpredictable, and it can change all the time. But it's not impossible. I mean, look what they did with The Revenant. That was shot completely on natural light. And Leo finally won the Oscar. So it's definitely achievable. But speaking of lighting, you need to make sure it matches. I don't pay too much attention. I mostly rely on my camera's autofocus to adjust from dark to light and back again. But it's usually the price of your camera that dictates how well it will react to changes in light. More expensive, quicker. Empty, of course. Now, long takes are nothing new. I mean, there are tons of examples of tracking shots and action sequences that are amazingly well choreographed. And going all the way back to 1948, Alfred Hitchcock made the film Rope with virtually no editing. You see, he tried to do it all in one take to mimic the theater play it was based on, but the cameras, they only shot for 10 minutes, so he used similar tricks to hide the editing. The very few cuts that he actually did use. Man, my hand's really getting tired carrying this tripod. Unlike Birdman, I'm both cinematographer and subject. What? Smokey? Never mind. I thought I heard our cat Smokey. You know, he howls for ages at the door, but then never comes. Now, mirrors in movies, well, they can be a bit tricky. You have to set it up just so the camera is a little bit out of the frame. Or you have to use a bunch of special effects to mask out the camera. But I haven't mastered that, so, hey, the illusion is broken. Use the camera. Birdman has many mirrors, but you never see the camera. It's just really that good. It's a deeply layered movie, with multiple interpretations. Though, not my favorite movie from a story point of view, I definitely recommend it for the cinematography. Obvious cut there, but if I go and open the project for my current video, we'll take a look at that last cut. As I go by the wall and spin around, it looks like it's one continuous shot, but there's actually two clips. Here's the end of the first one and the beginning of the second one. If I go frame by frame and step through, you can kind of see, joomp, there it goes. But if you play at normal speed, it's almost impossible to tell. Over here I have my two untrimmed clips, so I'm going to look for that point where it starts moving. Back up, find that frame, make a cut here, and then go search for a matching frame in the other one. Make another cut, and if I delete these two clips in the middle, you have the seamless hidden cut. There we have it once again.